Hi, welcome to Hospitality Live with Rupesh. Each week, we feature an industry leader that will share the latest trends and the best strategies to help you grow. Now, welcome your host, Rupesh Patel.
What's up, guys? Good morning to everyone watching. Guys, comment, let me know where you're watching from, and let me pull this off. Guys, welcome. This is episode number 88, guys. Something different. I want to do something different, really different, is discover and learn from each other. And so I want to give a shout out to people that are watching. So comment, let me know where you're watching from and what city you're watching from. And this week's episode is going to be a little bit different. We're going to talk and get to know each other. So I'm going to be giving shout outs. I'm going to post up on the screen your comments on where you're watching from, and really just make this a fun conversation where we get to learn from each other. And I'm going to share 10 things that you didn't know about me, and then really just connect. So good morning to Illinois, New York City, let's see, Niagara Falls, Fort Lauderdale, Ormond, Singapore. Wow, I love that. UK, Daytona, good morning. It's just gonna be a fun episode. You're gonna discover just some fun things about me that I love to do, that I'm passionate about. And this episode is dedicated to this network of friends that we've built together, and just want to get to know each other. And so this is going to be a fun episode. I'm going to be disclosing some stuff that might be a little bit embarrassing for me, but I'm always willing to put it out there as we all continue growing. And so this episode is just going to be a little fun, short episode, and I think it's going to be a good time. So guys, all right, so comment, let me know where you're watching from. We got Miami in the house, Pennsylvania. All right, I'm going to go through these. You guys are always quick to comment, and I love this. All right, we got New Brunswick, Toronto, Berlin. I like this. Miami, good morning. All right, we got India in the house, Toronto in the house, watching from YouTube. I love this. All right, so next week, I am super excited. I don't think I mentioned this last week early on, but next week, this Sunday, I'm actually flying out to Atlanta, and we're hosting, or I'm actually doing the media thing for the Hunter Investment Conference, which is super exciting. Going to be connecting with a lot of different people, hotel owners, investors, brokers, people from the franchise, people from all over the place. However, on Monday, I'm super excited and so thankful that my good friends at Hotel Effectiveness actually sponsoring a meetup with me. So Atlanta, watch out. If you're coming through Atlanta, hit me up. It's Monday, May 10th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. You can go to rupesh.co/meetup and connect. It's going to be actually a great time. It's going to be intimate, and it'll be a lot of fun just connecting with people that are in ATL coming from the Hunter Conference. If you're a hotel investor, owner, or manager, definitely connect. I would love to meet you there. I'd love to meet you in person, which is this is my first this first in-person meeting that I'm attending in the last year. I've attended some really small events, but this is actually a big event. I think over 1,000 people have registered to attend the Hunter Conference. So I'm super excited about that. Guys, I would love for you to join me on Monday night, which is May 10th, less than a week, and join me in ATL. And guys, comment. I want to know if you guys, or if anybody's watching that is coming to Atlanta, or you're in Atlanta, you want to meet up or link up. I would love to see and connect with you there. All right, so we have people from Florida. Good morning, Peggy. Peggy was on the show last week. All right, we got Saudi Arabia, Canada, India, Delaware, Baltimore in the house. All right, so this week's episode, and their sponsor again is smartguests.com. Somebody put smartguests with an S.com. With over 4,500 customers nationwide, smartguests.com helps your hotel improve its operations, marketing, reviews, guest service scores. Find over 50 tools on smartguests.com to help you convert those guests into loyal guests. Somebody put in the comments, smartguests with an S.com. Thank you so much for sponsoring. And every week, we bring in my buddy Sarah, and she talks about what's happening in hospitality. And this week is no different. A lot of things are moving and shaking as we all gear towards summer. Sarah's up. What's up, Sarah?
Hi, I'm Sarah Dandashy from Ask a Concierge. Every week, I'll be sharing the latest hospitality and travel news and updates in a segment we like to call Hospitality Minute.
Yeah, I messed
I got excited about that. Okay. What's up? There's so much happening. Oh wait, I hear echo. Are we good? We good?
Are we
I don't.
good?
No. We're good. Now there's no echo. By the way, can I just say that I'm in the back looking at who's chiming in from where, and I've lived in some pretty unique places while I was growing up, and there are people chiming in from all different places that I lived as a child, from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, to Allentown, Pennsylvania, to London, to Baltimore, to Atlanta. So I'm just saying it was kind of weird seeing everybody.
We got people from like all over
everywhere,
which is
everywhere.
Awesome. Sarah, I want to get to know you because guys, can you believe Sarah and I have never met in person?
Yeah.
And we've been doing this thing together for like the last, how long has it been? It's been a while now since we've been doing it.
Yeah.
And I feel like we just met each other, but we've known each other forever. That's what it feels like. So, Sarah, I want to know, where are all the places that you've lived in?
Okay. So I was born in Allentown, Pennsylvania, but I actually lived until I was 6 years old in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. So I'm half Lebanese. So even though I have blonde hair and fair skin, my dad is actually Lebanese. So I'm half Middle Eastern. So I lived in Saudi Arabia until I was 6. Then I ended up living in London, England for a year when I was like 7-ish. I actually had a full British accent.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did.
Say something.
Oh, so one of my the favorite lines, we were at like Windsor Castle or something, because every weekend my mother would take us to we would go to Bath or Bath. We would go to Bath, or we would go to all sorts of different places, Stonehenge. And my aunt was in town visiting, and we were at Windsor Castle, and she went to go sit down. I was like, Aunt Nancy, you can't sit on the grass. And when I said grass, she was like, okay, we say grass, but okay.
It's grass.
It's grass. But then imagine, I then moved to Atlanta. So then, I'm there at basically 3rd grade, and everybody's like, they're like, you talk funny. And I'm like, I don't talk funny, you talk funny. And it's like this really weird thing. And obviously now I have a very weird mix of so many different accents. And so I lived in Atlanta then from 8 to 18, and then college in DC, lived in New York briefly, and then LA for the past 15 years.
I could see you in 3rd grade. Like, anybody fancy a tea?
Right?
I was born in England too. Did you know that?
You mentioned that in passing, which is cool. So you were born in England?
I was born in England, then I moved here to America when I was 6 months old. And so I do not have an English accent, but I understand everything. And so there's not like the Americans like, what do you say?
Yeah, you get it.
I have family there, so it's actually funny. And Dell says, what high school did you go to? Funny thing.
Oh yeah,
my cousins went to the same high school as Sarah, and I think they're in the same class, right?
Yeah.
And we kind of discovered this last year. We're like, wait a minute, you were at this high school in this year? And we're like, really? And then we opened up like yearbooks and stuff, and we're like, there you are.
And I have like super short hair. Yes. So I went to Lakeside High School, and I actually have a red block with a red brick with my name on it outside the high school. So if anybody knows Lakeside High School in Atlanta, my name's on a brick outside.
And the funny thing is, I went to Henderson High School, which is like around the block. Yeah. And when Henderson turned into a middle school, everybody from Henderson went to Lakeside High School for their I guess 9th or 10th, 11th, 12th grade, right? Or 10th, 11th, 12th. So it's funny that we're both from similar places and we know similar people, which is always the best thing in the world because we're all connected. I'm telling you, I've said this before on social media that we are connected through somebody, at least like I would say like 2 or 3 people away from each other. And so everybody that's watching, I guarantee you, we know somebody that you know. And that's what I love about social media, that we can all grow together. Now, as we're growing, Sarah, what's going on in hospitality with the Hospitality Minute? Because I almost forgot about that.
You were like, we have to ask more questions. Okay, fine. Well, hopefully my background also makes sense for everyone on why I'm also so interested in us globally because that's how I've always grown up. So that's why I always like to include a little bit about what's happening in the world because it all interacts and impacts each other. So that being said, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. No. All right. So the first topic. So the EU is proposing a plan for the return of tourists. And this is great because for those that have been paying attention to the world of international travel, the biggest thing has been how do we get on this, or how do countries get on the same page? So the European Union has unveiled its plans for the return of visitors. Basically, what they have come up with so far, and more specifics to come, is that travelers will be able to visit the EU for 2 weeks after they've received the last dose of a European Union approved vaccine. Now, I'm sure you're probably wondering, what is a European Union vaccine? So that would be, they've got, what is it? Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, and Johnson & Johnson. So those are the main ones. So basically, you would be able to come in after 2 weeks after having that last shot in regards to that. They're also looking at, and this is really smart as well too, because nobody really knows what's going to happen. Yes, people are getting vaccinated, but what happens in case numbers start to go up? So they are meeting to figure out what a sort of emergency brake plan is going to be, so that in case numbers do go up, they can quickly, whether it's closed down or modify how open they are if numbers end up going up significantly and pretty crazy. So it's definitely going to be an interesting time, but we'll be finding out more about that, and that is a good thing. So moving on. Okay. As we do have, certainly we have a lot of hospitality people on here and hoteliers, and we all know the world of complaints and all of this, but this is interesting. So next topic is there have been complaints from airline passengers rose last year. No, but and why are we talking about this? It rose significantly. So complaints rose by nearly 400% from 2019 to 2020, with almost 83% of complaints centered around the issues of refunds for unused travel, compared to only 6% in 2019. Now, obviously, there's a lot of it was also then complaints in regards to wearing masks and all of that. But interestingly enough, we had lower complaints about denied boardings, mishandling baggage, because we didn't have as many people traveling. So there's been this weird shift, is that there's been more complaints, but less people flying. And just in case you wanted to know, because I think it's always kind of interesting, the one with the lowest consumer complaint rate was Southwest Airlines. This, by the way, is domestically in the US. And then the one with the highest complaint rate was Frontier Airlines. So there you have it. I'm not telling you who to fly, but the more you know. Okay, so moving on with this, I thought this was an interesting topic kind of compared to the other one. So the FAA, which is the Federal Aviation Administration, they are saying that bad behavior of guests or passengers are off the charts. Now, this is also interesting because we've gone through this past year where less people have been flying, and now more people are starting to fly. But what actually the jump has been significant. So in a typical year, the FAA logs about 100 to 150 formal cases of bad passenger behavior in a year. That's not a lot. Since the start of this year, 2021, that has jumped to 1,300 cases. Now, I share this again because all of us have, with the background that we've had, I mean, we've all seen like bad guest behavior and what people do. But it's so interesting to see that in regards to airlines, because like you're on a plane. And I mean, even recently there was an American Airlines flight where a woman ended up getting in a fist fight with one of the flight attendants, actually two of them. So interesting times, but normally bad behavior includes drinking excessively, engaging in physical or verbal assault. And then now what they have done is the FAA is taking a zero tolerance policy, and unruly passengers could face fines of $35,000 or a lifetime ban on certain airlines. So don't get in a fight on an airplane. just in case you were thinking about it. All right. And then the final one, top 10 rental car hotspots for summer of 2021. Just interesting because if people are renting cars there, they are going to be staying there. So if you are in one of these locations, most likely it is going to be pretty busy for you. So according to Allianz Partners, so Allianz Travel Insurance, they do a data analysis survey, and they surveyed 237,000 car rental reservations between Memorial Day and Labor Day. And they were able to find that these are the top 10 spots. So Orlando, Florida, get ready. Denver, Colorado, Las Vegas, Honolulu, Maui, Anchorage, Miami, Los Angeles, Seattle, and Phoenix. So there you have it. Those are definitely going to be busy destinations for this summer. Hopefully you guys learned something new. So that's it for the Hospitality Minute. Are you
I always mess this up. I always mess this transition up. Sorry.
Yeah, right.
Where are you traveling to next?
Oh, so funny you should ask. I will be going to Dallas next week, coming back, and then doing Santa Barbara. So I'm in 2 places next week, and then we'll see what happens after that. Maybe Mexico.
Okay, so Sarah, I have a Mac question. I have 5% on my battery, and it says it's not charging. Is there something I need to do before the show ends and we all don't get to complete this episode? And it's plugged.
Is the charger actually plugged into the wall?
Charger's plugged into a power strip. That is on.
Okay. That's all I got.
Should I freak out and just throw this computer away?
Maybe.
Guys, if the show ends like abruptly, just know that my phone or my
this is insane.
My thing just like died. So I don't know what's happening, but
5%. Didn't you just get a new computer?
This is a brand new Mac. It's
yeah, that's a problem.
Line and all of those things. So hopefully my power doesn't die. But Sarah, where can people find you? And I know your book's coming out, which we'll talk about. Where can people find you?
Okay, first of all, you can find me. My website's askaconcierge.tv, but you can find me everywhere on social media as Ask a Concierge, or connect with me here on LinkedIn at Sarah Dandashy. So, and then book, I literally am just waiting for an actual release date, and I will let everybody know. So, look at this. Tamara just said, is the power strip on? Did it flip the breaker? These are very real questions.
Well, when I plug it in, it says charging, but the battery is not charging.
Oh.
Guys, this is tech support with Sarah and Rupesh. Share your tech questions, and we will answer them. We'll get somebody that's watching to answer.
Thank you for coming to the Geek Squad hour. You're welcome.
Listen, this episode is going to be fun. It's not luckily we don't have somebody that's going to come on and like, what are you guys doing? I'm never coming back on the show again. And I'm never telling my friends about it.
No,
we're here to have a good time. And, often I was thinking about this, like, we don't have to always be serious about everything, right? And
we do, Rupesh. We do. I'm kidding.
I think it's payback from last week when I called you out on how much money you make on this
on
live
social media.
and like a dozen people sent me a message saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe you asked her how much money she makes." I'm like, I know, it was a joke. they took it seriously.
And it's so funny because like I was like, is he gonna like hold out until I give an answer?
I should. People are like, you should have
waited. I should have waited. Oh my gosh.
Sarah, it's always a pleasure having you on, and I can't wait till we get to meet in person, first of all, and then we're doing our boot camp, which is our second day today. So I'm super excited. I'll see you on in a couple hours.
Pardon?
I'll see you on in a couple hours.
Oh yeah, I'll see you in a couple hours. Woohoo!
Bye, Sarah.
All right, bye guys.
Sarah's awesome, guys. Give her a follow at Ask a Concierge everywhere: Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. I think she even has a Pinterest account. I think she's like all over the place, which is awesome. All right, so every week I bring up a mindset, and this week I did it a little bit later. I saved it till this time, and let me see what my mindset is. Let me see if I can even pull it up, because I think I forgot to post it. All right, here it is. So I was thinking, when I go to the gym in the mornings, and I'm going to talk about that as far as what I do in the mornings. But here's one thing I posted yesterday. I said, you never know what someone's going through. We could support them with just a simple smile or acknowledgement, like, hey, good morning, what's going on? How are you doing? Asking simple questions. And I think that's a mindset that we sometimes forget, that even though our lives might be okay for the moment, that other people are going through these struggles. And I guarantee you, a lot of people, even watching this show episode, we all have issues there. Right? We all have challenges in our lives. We all have these struggles that we all go through. And I think we just acknowledge each other and say what's up, and you commenting, and even just making that connection with people, I think it's powerful. And so that's my insights for today. Let's get into today's episode, which is number 88. I can't believe I've been doing this for 88 weeks straight in a row. This episode we're talking about 10 things that you might have not known about me, and super excited to share some things that I'm passionate about that you might not have known. I talk about hotels, hospitality. I talk about, all these things that are fun in the industry. And this last year, we've been talking about how to keep ourselves going with resiliency and just keeping ourselves really just going as we are now trying to climb back over this hump that we got into. And, with the hotels now picking up, we're struggling in a different way with this, which is now labor and all these other issues. But we'll get there, and that's why I continue staying positive. I think there's a lot of good that's going to come out of this as far as the hotel industry and travel. So, super excited about this. Now, I hit 47,000 followers organically. Like, I don't do anything to really boost increase my following. I just share every single day, right? And so I'm going to be coming up to 50,000 people. Hopefully here in the next, I'm planning probably in the next several weeks. But I'm going to be giving away some big prizes with some of my partners that we're building this game plan up when I hit 50,000. So guys, I would love for you to support and go shout out to a friend saying, hey, you need to follow Rupesh, and we're going to be giving away some amazing prizes as soon as I hit that 50,000 mark. And I think it's just cool that we all continue growing with each other and sharing these ideas, because I learn so much as I connect with people that follow me with what they're doing and how they keep themselves going in social media. But I also wanted to talk about the 10 things that you don't know about me. And I made a short list this morning. I'm passionate about a lot of things in my life. I like to have a good time more than anything. So you'll always see me 99.99999% smiling, having a good time, full of energy. And that's what keeps me going. That's what I'm passionate about. And so, all right. So the first one is, did you know that I've been in the hotel business since 11 years old? And I want to get to know how long you guys have been in the industry too. Comment, let me know when you first started and where it was, right? And so my parents in 1989 bought their first property. It was a 50-room motel in South Florida, and we lived on property for years. And I did everything. We cleaned rooms. We did everything you consider in a hotel without any support. I think we had one housekeeper, but when that housekeeper didn't show up, guess who worked? We cleaned rooms, we did laundry, we did all those things. So that's why I know how everybody goes through when you're trying to get to that, when you're trying to get over what you're currently doing or where you've been. I know what you've been, because I've worked at full service hotels and I've worked at a motel, right? So I've had that experience. But that's one thing that, I feel like it's powerful when you come and you understand and get that experience of going through struggles and going through these different experiences in hotels, right? Especially in hotels, because you're never closed. I think it's powerful. All right. So number 2, out of the 10 things that you might have not known about me, I wake up at 4 o'clock, 4 or 4:30 every single morning. At least 5 or 6 days out of the week, I am up at 4 working for the first 15 minutes. I relax for 15 minutes and then head out early to go to the gym. And that's one thing that's always kept me going. Somebody long time ago was like, hey, just wake up early. You'll get a lot of energy. You'll be full of ideas. You'll get to have your own time to yourself without anybody, asking you questions, bothering you, sending you messages, emails, all those things, social media, all of those things, right? And I think it's powerful that that waking up early is actually good for me. Anybody else wake up super early like me, or am I just that crazy one? and I love it. And even if I go to sleep at like 2 o'clock in the morning, I am up by like 6 o'clock, and that's just how my internal clock is. I just wake up early, and I love it because I get to get so much done in the morning. And Sarah says it's a game changer waking up early. And you look, she's on the West Coast, and think about what time she wakes up. And I see her up when I get up before she's up doing something, or I message her doing something. And I think it's cool that we have these connections. We have these people that are in our lives, especially the gym side of my thing. I love it. I love it every single day where I can go in and connect with a group of people that are passionate about what I love to do. And this morning I killed it. I crushed it at the gym, right? I love doing that. So that's number 2. Number 3, out of the 10 things that you may have not known about me, I love cooking. I love eating. Of course we all do, right? But I love cooking. I love making pizza. So like fresh dough, fresh sauce, all the like highest ingredients. I've shared my secret recipe with like a dozen or maybe 50 people at one time, but I'm going to share this recipe with you right now. And take a screenshot if you want. This is my personal pizza dough recipe that I use every time I make pizza. And yes, we have a lot of fun making pizza at home, and I have my own a little pizza oven, double deck Baker's Pride pizza oven. But yeah, it's 2 cups of Caputo 00 flour, and it's a simple recipe. So if you ever consider making pizza, or you want to make pizza for your family, this is what I love. So I love cooking, but beyond just pizza, I love making breakfast, and I'll make you like a 5-star breakfast. And that's just my passion. I love cooking. I love taking the time out and, not just throwing things together, but taking time out to take the proper steps and make the proper dish and present it properly too, right? And so if you follow me on Instagram, you see some of my posts. Yesterday, I posted about me making an omelet. I love veggie omelets. And so that's number 3. All right, so number 4. Can you believe this? I've been married for 21 years. I have 3 kids. I got married when I was 23 years old. Yep. I got married early, and I've been married for 21 years. People are like, "Oh, I thought you were like in your 30s, and I didn't know you have kids." Yes, I have a family, and I share their story once in a while. This morning, I was having fun with my son because he got quarantined from school because somebody in his class got COVID, and so the class got quarantined. But we keep it going. But that's what I do. I got married early, and it's just been a fun journey as we all continue growing. That's number 4. Now, number 5, back in high school, I got introduced, and this is like in 9th grade, I think, or in 8th grade. I got invited to a party where my friend had a friend that was DJing, and I was like, "What is this?" And this was like real records. Look, I'll show you. It's like real records that this guy was using DJing, and I was like, "What is this?" Like, I've seen it on TV or on like the radio. I've heard people mixing, but I didn't know like there was actually people like really doing it. And so I was like, I got to get into this, and I did. And then 2 years later, I started my own company DJing in high school. And so, did you know that I had a full-fledged business DJing every single weekend in high school? It was like 10th and 11th grade, and then on to college, but it was awesome. Like, my friends were working at McDonald's, making like whatever, like $5 an hour. I was like killing it, DJing every single week at like clubs, weddings, like all these different parties. And it was fun because I got to connect, and that got me out. And this is my other thing. That got me out of my, you guys got to know that I'm an introvert actually. And I had to learn how to become a non-introvert and get myself out there and be an extrovert, right? And so that's my next one. That's number 6. I'm actually an introvert, but I throw myself out there. I put myself out there as a risk, right? To reach my goals and to really reach my goals. And so that is number 6 for me, as far as I'm an introvert. And there's a lot of you that are introverts, but we have to like put ourselves out there and take that risk and do those things so you can go out there and reach your goals, and maybe even beat that fear of going to somebody and talking to them, or doing this live show that you may mess up and it's okay, and all of those things, right? I've had plenty of these past 88 episodes. I've had plenty of times where my internet went down, my computer crashed, or something happened where I just held it together, and that's part of our experience of learning, right? And so number 7 of the 10 things that you don't know about me is I don't watch TV. Now, is that weird? Like, I don't watch TV. And comment, let me know. Is there anybody else that's watching that does not watch TV like I do? So I don't spend the evenings watching TV. Maybe once in a while, I'll pull up a Netflix documentary to really like whatever, or a YouTube documentary on like facts or something like that, but I do not watch any TV. I focus on my other stuff that I'm passionate about. Now, that's not a knock to you, because that some people, like my wife, she likes decompression time and where she likes her favorite show, and that's totally cool. But I cut out news. I cut out local news. I cut out the things that were like putting myself in a bad space or a place in as far as my mind. And so I cut out local news and a lot of the TV stuff that's not passionate, that I'm not passionate about, right? And I really focus on other things that I'm passionate about. So that is number 8, I think. My next thing is I'm a hotel owner. A lot of people are like, what do you do? Like, what do you do? I see you on social media, and people are like, I think you're a hotel owner. Yes, I am a hotel owner. I have invested into quite a few properties, and I continue growing. And so I have my connections where I invest into properties, right? And hotel assets and real estate assets. And so I am passionate about that, but I'm not just about money. Like don't catch me as a hotel owner or an owner of a business that just cares about money. That's not me. I, first of all, make sure I have a good time at it, that I'm growing as a team, right? It's not just about me, but I want to make sure everybody grows with me. And I wrote this down. It's passion, purpose, and helping others, right? That's what I'm really passionate about. So whatever I do, I want to make sure that I am full in it with these different things. As far as it's not about money for me. It's never about money. And I've had to understand that as I've grown these past years, that, in the past I'd be like, oh, how much money do we make? And that's all I care about. But now I see that when you get clarity in your life, that you think of other things that help you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, right? And keep you going and keep you positive, especially if you're going through some issues in your life, or you go through these challenges in your life. And so I'm super passionate about that. So that's number, I think, 8. And then number 9 is, did you know, hold on. I think I have a video of this. Hold on. Let me see if I can share it with you. Let's see, here it is. Did you know, and see if it works. Hold on. Did you know that I can sew? And I'm going to hit the play button on this. And this is me sewing. Yes, back in the day when I was younger, my mom actually taught me how to sew. And so I do know how to sew. Did you know that? Is that embarrassing? I've sewn curtains. That's my daughter's dress I'm sewing for her dance, I think a year ago or a few years ago. But I love this. So I'm passionate about a lot of different things, like cooking, sewing, all these things that are I'm passionate about. And so, yeah, are you shocked at that? And by the way, can you sew? I think it's a great talent. If you could sew, it's just fun. And so I'm not sewing every single day, but it's fun that you can be passionate about all these different things. I love art too. I love design. I love marketing, all these things that I'm super passionate about. I just want a little piece of every part of life. And that's what I love. I don't like just one thing. I'm passionate about a lot of different things. I want to be that expert, not that expert. I want to learn a lot of different things, right? And I think that's pretty cool. So my last tip my last thing that you did not know about me, and maybe I talked about this, and I always talk about this, is for me, if I have a goal to reach, I don't stop. I make sure that I reach my goal, whatever it takes. And then that's not like lying or cheating or any of those things, but whatever it takes, I'm not going to stop to get that goal. Just like the show, I've invited people that have big positions in the hotel industry, and they've always said no. They're like, oh, we're not interested. We're not interested. But guess what? It's on my bucket list of these people to one day come on my show, or these other things that I want to do in life, as far as not just business, but like travel and fun and all these different things as far as my family. And I think that's cool, as we can just keep ourselves going, even though we get shut down sometimes, even though we get hit sometimes, we keep ourselves going. And these are the 10 things. And I have a lot more. Did you know I played the drums for 7 years, and I still play the drums? I always wanted to be famous. I wrote these things down as far as a side note. I always wanted to be famous. And so, they're like, well, my dad was like, oh, how about you play the drums? And then I got into DJing. And so you can see the progression of music has been passionate in my life. It's been every single day. if I'm not listening to music, it shuts me down, actually. So these are the 10 things that you may have not known about me. And as we all continue growing here on social media, especially LinkedIn, I just want to continue learning more about you. And so yesterday I posted, I'm going to be giving back to this wonderful group of people that have been following me for years. With when I get close to 50,000 followers, we're going to have some big prizes that we're going to give away. I'm going to be going to your LinkedIn profile and hitting the endorsement button, because I know how much you're passionate about what you do. And so I just love that we are here to connect and grow with each other. Guys, thank you so much. I know this is a quick conversation, and I'm happy to share these 10 things with you. And we're all going to keep going. And guys, thank you so much for showing up today and supporting me, because I appreciate this, that you guys are here to watch live. And if you can't, guess what? By the way, I would share every Wednesday when I do this. If you can't come live, come back to it. And you can go to rupesh.co and listen. And let me see if I can find it right here. You can go back to I don't even have it up. So you can go back, you can go to rupesh.co and find all the past episodes. Like I have 88 episodes. Here it is. And go ahead and subscribe. So somebody do me a favor, go to the website, rupesh.co/show, enter your name and email address, and I'll message you, or I'll send you a message every time we go live with a special guest. I'm super excited about that. And the giveaways. Guess what? These giveaways, we're going to be giving away to the people that I have email addresses to, that I can really connect with. So definitely subscribe. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And by the way, I don't want to miss out. Next week, as I said, we're going to be at the Hunter Conference in Atlanta, the Hunter Hotel Investment Conference, May 9th through the 12th. If you want to register, go to hunterconference.com. Thank you so much there. I'm actually a media sponsor for them this year. Super excited to work with the entire team over there. And next week, guys, we started to promote it this week. Next week, Glenn Hausman, my buddy Glenn Hausman with his podcast, is going to be live. We're going to be doing this episode live from Atlanta, from the Marriott Marquis in downtown Atlanta. Super excited about that. Glenn's going to be on the show. We're just going to have a lot of fun next week talking to all these amazing people in hospitality. And I don't know who's going to be on the show, but we'll grab some people in, pull them in, and just share. And so I'm glad you guys were able to join this week. Please join us next Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. We bring on some amazing people, have a little bit of fun. And guys, thank you so much for supporting me. Here are some ways that you can support me in the show. And I will talk to you next week. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. And I'll see you next week. Bye.